the two types of motivation. To give you some context, in previous videos, I've spoken my mind about the existence of innate talent and hinted that hard work might not be enough. My point was that you should consider going easier on yourself because you don't control the entire outcome of your effort. Now, this helps me personally keep striving and take some pressure off for me, so I highly advocated for it. However, this seems to be an incredibly divisive statement, and from the comments and the discussion that ensued, I realized that there are two types of people and respective viewpoints that dominated the discussion. And it's an interesting thought experiment to try to find which one, or you, knowing that there's a little bit of both in all of us. So I'll start with the harsher one. The people that say something like, "What the hell are you talking about? Talent means nothing. It doesn't exist. Through hard work, anybody can achieve anything." So now, while I don't fundamentally agree with this, I realized something about the motivation behind people who think this way. And after all, in one way or another, an earlier version of me was one of these people as well. So now people who think like this, whether logically or emotionally wired in this manner or influenced into that type of thought, are competitive. They strive to be the best. And being the best is inherently being a little bit better than others. Now, I don't mean that in the bigoted way, but more in a way of becoming more skilled than other people who try to do the same thing. Now, try telling someone who wants to be the best that they can't, that the race is rigged. Of course, they're going to retaliate. You're basically saying to someone like that, your entire philosophy is a lie. Now, an earlier version of me who also wanted to be the best might have retaliated in the same manner. The second type of people might thrive in an environment where freedom to be themselves and freedom from pressure trumps that will to win in itself. I think they also want to win to some extent, but maybe their win incorporates more of just being themselves in the mix. Maybe there's motivation in the act of building more so than succeeding in itself, becoming rather than winning the race of skill and public success alone. The competitive urge to be better than others in skill and accumulation of social value seems to be fundamental to all humans. I am no monk myself. However, it is because I have been so deeply emotionally tuned to these type 1 people in my earlier years, meaning I was very much like that. I can say this. There is a threshold to competitiveness where your ambition turns into perfectionism and freeze and stuckness. There's an even more evil one, which is lying, manipulation, and trampling over others to move forward, whether backed by actual skill or not. Hopefully, none of us get into that territory. So now I advocate for the recognition of fundamental qualities because I know what it's like to have ambition beyond your real capacity. I say it as someone who had walked a very long path to arrive at this place where a statement like, "It might not be all up to you," turned from a doomsday projection to a liberating wind. My personal experience is it wasn't until I started believing that there's a version of success that's a bit smaller than what I had originally thought, a success that is tailored to me personally, to my strengths and shortcomings, that I started having some chance at attaining it and enjoying it. I also believe that competing on skill alone is a lost cause for most people, and I'd like to talk more about that in another video. Thank you very much. If you care to support the channel, consider dropping a couple of dollars on the Patreon or get something like a cool shrimp poster or sticker from the shop. Thank you.